Hi guys, and welcome to this session by Intellipaat. So the topic on our hand today is campaigns in Salesforce. But before we get into all of that, please subscribe to our channel to never miss an update from Intellipaat. Now let's quickly dive in and talk about today's agenda. So today's agenda is threefold and very straightforward. We'll be starting off with a brief introduction to what is Salesforce, so that people who have no idea about what Salesforce is must understand what Salesforce is. So we'll be covering what is Salesforce and what does it do in the first section, and then we'll directly jump into what is the campaign in Salesforce. So what does this campaign mean and how you can use it, and we'll be talking about all of that with the help of an example, and we'll get things across like what is campaign hierarchy, and what does this campaign thing actually do. So we'll be getting that across in the second section, and once we are done with that, we'll be setting up our own campaign on Salesforce, and we'll assign a lead and we'll make it an opportunity and see how those things look inside of Salesforce. We'll be setting up all of that. That will be the demo, which is our third point on the agenda today. So that is about the agenda, guys. I hope that is very clear to you. So without wasting any further time, let's just get into the session. So the first question is, what is Salesforce? And to understand what is Salesforce, you must understand what is a CRM, because Salesforce as a CRM is something that you will be dealing with when you're talking about campaign or any other Salesforce object, or if you are a Salesforce admin, that is, you'll be talking about the CRM. So we'll be talking about what is CRM first. So CRM is basically something that stands for customer relationship management. So basically it is a way that a company approaches in order to improve the experience which a customer faces, to improve the customer experience. It is a place where or a software where you can have all the company's customers data and whatever the interaction is with respect to the company, and they can potentially manage these data and the relationship between the customers and the organization. To manage all of that, this is this software which is called as a CRM, which is useful for that. So basically a CRM allows you to manage data and relationship between the customers and the customers data, as well as your employees, whoever is working with respect to a customer, their data and how they are approaching to the customer. You can have that as well, and you can maintain your customer service as well through a CRM. So what is Salesforce as a CRM? So Salesforce is a notch above that. So Salesforce not only gives you the opportunity to have a very good in customer feedback and customer service and customer experience as a whole, but it also allows you to have an approach towards the commercial side of things and do analytics with respect to it, deliver some automation, and you can develop your own applications according to your requirement. Think of it like this. So there is a lot of different kinds of business models in the world, right? So every company who is out there is following some different kind of a business model, and they have their certain you can say tips and tricks of the way they do business, and they have certain metrics which are more important than the others. For example, if we talk about a company that is totally there with respect to selling a product, then let's say if that product is company's product oriented, then the everything that is there with respect to what the company does is with respect to the product and how they are pitching it, how they are selling it, how they are delivering it, and everything like that. And all the analytics with respect to that will be with respect to the product. Then there are some companies which are service oriented. So you have to see about how your services are there and how you charge your services and how much requirement for the services is out there, and different things with respect to that. So with respect to that, you have different kinds of things which are involved that you require, and Salesforce allows you to create an environment where you can create the objects and create the data fields and the data sets that you need for your company to function properly, and populate only those elements which are very important to you, and you can custom build everything for your company. Even though they provide a lot of different standard objects, you can build your custom made model for your company, and you can work through with that. So that is the functionality that Salesforce provides, right? So that is what Salesforce does, and there is different domains with respect to if you want to work with Salesforce. So you could be an application developer, and you could be or an admin. So an admin is someone who knows how to use the Salesforce environment very well, and they have the access and they can do a lot of different things, and they can they're not people who will be doing programming, but they can still build different applications and models through just click of a button. So that is what Salesforce allows you to do. You can do customizations without having to learn programming, but there is an entire feature where you can go ahead and accordingly code different things with respect to your requirements, and that is a very, very good functionality. And fairly used by a lot of different companies which are out there. Talking about the objects, so um, let's talk about what campaign is. So before we talk about what Salesforce campaign is, I want to give you a brief insight of to how Salesforce basically works. So in Salesforce, they follow this design methodology which is called MVC, which is Model View Controller, right? So in this model, what you basically have is you will have certain object models and subject data set models. Think of it just like a Java object or something like that. So let's say if my company has let's say 5 different domains that I have to deal with. So I have a customer, then I can have any vendor that I have to deal with, and different metrics like that. So these metrics can be thought of as different objects which are out there. Now these objects can have different sets of let's say rows and columns and different things with respect to that, right? So these rows and columns which will be there will be some fields. The best analogy that I can think of right now is imagine an Excel sheet, right? So if you want to store all of your data inside of an Excel sheet, so you put your column name as customer's name, customer as in a customer, the column name about customers. Then you can have in your different rows, which is going downside, you can have name, and you can write customer's name in there, and then phone number, you can write it in there. So different fields which are in the rows which are in there are called as fields, and different different columns which is there can be thought of as different objects. Like customer can be an object, and lead can be an object, and opportunity can be an object, and every information with respect to that object are called as fields in Salesforce. And what Salesforce allows you to do is they themselves give you some standard objects which are there pre-provided by the company itself, and you can use these objects to deliver different kinds of things. And it also gives you the option to customize custom build your objects as well. So if I don't find an object which is relevant to my company on the Salesforce platform, I can build my own object, and I can populate different tabs and different fields with respect to that, and then populate different elements inside of it. So that is about that. So I gave you this insight for the reason because what we are going to talk about, which is the Salesforce campaign, is a standard object which is given by Salesforce, right? So Salesforce campaign are basically the standard objects that are included for every Salesforce customers, and campaign is something which is typically used by a marketing team. However, it can be used by your sales teams, development teams, and and other teams which are there, like people who are responsible with respect to different things. And Salesforce campaign is a very great way of getting information on the ROI. What do I mean by that? So basically ROI stands for return on investments, right? So when we're talking about Salesforce itself, in campaign, what is going to happen is, let's take an example to make things more clear. Let's imagine that you are running a company, right? So you are running, let's say, a company that manufactures let's say electronic items. For example, we are manufacturing just mouses. So we have different kinds of mouses which are working out there, and these are different kinds of mouses that we are producing. The company is doing good. You have made it few sales, and now you've started to think, okay, we are good with electronics with respect to mouse. Let's launch a new product. Let's say we want to launch a mobile phone. Now there's not a lot of people who know about what your mobile phone is and won't have information of what it is, right? So when you're, let's say, launching a new product, or if you want to increase sales for a new product, you have these different kinds of campaigns to pull customers to your product, right? So what I want to do is, with respect to that, is let's say if I'm going for a mobile phone, right? If I want to market these mobile phones, so I need to get some people to know that I am creating a product which is out there, and let's see if I can give this information out, get people interested in my product, and get them to buy my product, right? So there's a huge amount of money which is being invested to let people know that you're creating a product, right? So the marketing team, what it does is it will be doing different kinds of campaigns. Now it could be ad campaigns, it could be email campaigns, it could be let's say some video campaigns, that could be an event. For example, let's say you must receive a lot of different emails by Myntra or any other e-commerce website like Swiggy, where they will be telling you about different products that they are releasing, right? And this is the marketing campaign. So every time they are putting an email or showing you an ad on TV or maybe on social media, or having an event where they they have a pop-up event where they are in the showrooms, they are showing you different new products that they're creating. It requires a lot of money, right? So you're putting in some money and you want to see when you put in that much money how your product is actually doing. And that is what Salesforce campaign does. It gets you the information about how much money you invested, and from different ways how much money are you getting back. So let's say if I created a new mouse and I do campaigning for that mouse, so I send people, a lot of different people, emails. I send I put these ads on the newspapers. I put ads on let's say I like something like where the people sell products on TV. So I do that, where the people will be telling you about my new mouse, and you can buy it. And from there, whatever the conversion rate is, you can have those as leads, and you can actually find out, like, okay, I invested 10,000 rupees for these ads, how many people did I actually convert? So Salesforce campaign is basically for understanding how the return on investments and how your different marketing campaign went. So that is about what Salesforce campaign is. So another thing that you must understand about Salesforce campaign is that there is you can introduce hierarchy, right? What do I mean by hierarchy? So basically, let's say if I'm launching a new product, there are a lot of different ways that I can probably market these things, right? So let's say if this is a very small declaration that we have shown on the screen right here, where we have a product launch. So we have a product launch which is out there. So we put on a lot of different emails with respect to the product that we are going to have. We put video ads on the television. We actually have an event where we bring across, let's say, social media influencers, and they come up and they review your product, and they tell people what it is like. Apart from that, what you can do is inside of this also you can have another segregation, right? So inside of launch event, you could be investing in, let's say, social media marketers, and let's say you are giving some free products to people who can let's say market it out there, or they can have some strategic partnerships, right? So inside of this also you can have various different campaigns. So and all of this is related to one particular product. So there is a chain of what things are going on. So we allocate a budget for this, and then we segregate the budget for different events which are happening inside of this, right? So the point of having this is that you can have a segregated way of knowing that where the money went, and which a particular event or which particular step is giving you the most ROI, and how different campaigns are doing, and what people are relating the most to. So that is what Salesforce also allows you to do. You can have a hierarchy of campaign, where you can have different products who are different campaigns which can be related to sub campaigns, and then it can be a parent child like relationship. So product launch is my parent campaign, and it has 3 sub campaigns inside of this, and in this also we can have different kinds of campaigns which are running to find out which campaign is doing the best. So that is the concept behind the Salesforce campaign hierarchy. So now let's quickly jump on to the Salesforce and see how we can create these campaigns and how it looks like. And let's just look at it on a demo's perspective. So let me quickly jump into my Salesforce. So this is my Salesforce environment which I have created. You can see these things which are here. These are the standard objects which are there, and you can see the campaigns is right here. Not a lot. Sometimes it may happen that a few of you might not find campaigns tab. So for that, what you have to do is you have to click here, go to the setup which I have opened right here. In the setup, you have to go for users, and inside of this, click on users again. Then choose the particular user that you have, and in there, when you see, you will have different details which are being displayed, and in that you have to select marketing user right here. When you select this, only then you can work with the campaigns object. So that is about that. So let's come back to the screen, and this is what we have on our screen. So let's go ahead and just click on campaigns right here. Then in this, what you have to do is you have to click on new campaigns right here, and now we are going to create a new campaign. So you can have different types of campaigns which are out there. So you can update the status of the campaign. So if it is in progress, it is completed, it is aborted, it is planned that you will be having this campaign. So for now, I'm going to choose that this campaign is in progress right now. So let's call it Intellipaat test campaign, right? and you have to select this as active because this campaign is active now. So you can choose what kind of campaign this is. So if you are doing an advertisement, you are doing telemarketing, you are doing an email blast, you are doing some banner ads, you are doing some seminar or conference, you have some public relations, you have different partners, so you are introducing some referral program, or if it is of some other kind. I'm sorry. So we're going to just select email real quickly, and then in here what we were talking about, we were talking about this hierarchy. So as of now we do not have a hierarchy established, so we'll be not checking inside of this one. But if you have multiple campaigns inside of a campaign, then go ahead, by all means choose campaign, and we're gonna give it a description that test Intellipaat email campaign, right? And then you have to fill up a few details like the start date. So we're going to put today's date itself, and we're going to choose an end date, which is whenever it is. For the 31st we're going to put. And what is the expected revenue of the campaign? So any company which is putting into money and they pre-project what their sales should look like, right? So let's say we're going for $3,000 is the expected revenue that we are expecting, that we should get about 3,000 rupees back from this campaign that we are doing through email blast. And what is the budget cost? So let's say we decided on, let's say $1,000 will be what we'll be putting it into this campaign, and we found out that we can only do it inside of 500 so far. So you can actually allocate these details, and then you can find out how many numbers of emails you have sent so far in campaign. So for now I'm gonna just put 20 as a random number, but you can have n number of whatever the details is, and what is your expected response. So if you're putting in the amount of money, what is the expected conversion of people that who are watching your emails. Let's say I'm sending it to 20. How many expected responses are in your opinion should be there? I'm going to put in a fairly high number for now. I'm going to put 50% of people should respond to my mobile phone, right? So this is it, and save this real quickly, and just like that we have created an campaign as the Intellipaat's test campaign. So it has so far 0 opportunities, 0 attachments, and 0 campaign members. So campaign members are the people who are involved with your campaign. These are the customers, and from these you can have different leads, and if your leads is, let's say, interested in your product, you can go and have them in the opportunities section. So let's quickly let's try to create a lead and see how these things work. So as you can see now, these are opportunities 0 and attachment is 0. So let's quickly go to the lead section. So let's quickly create a lead of our own. So we're gonna go here and create a lead, and in this one I can have the status could be new, contacted, working, unqualified, whatever, and I choose the new, and we're gonna choose the salutation. We can call it as a miss, and we'll put the first name as Spam, last name as Beasley, and we're gonna put company name inside of it. So we're gonna put paper company, and we're gonna put the email in here. So we're gonna put let's say pam@paper.com. And if you have other informations like whatever, if it is a hot lead, warm lead, cold lead, and if there is some title that you can assign, if you have address information and other information with respect to these, and you have to choose the lead source. Since we do not have email in here, we're gonna just put as others, and these are the different information that you have to fill out if you have all of these. And once you are done with that, just hit save. And Pam Beasley, as soon as Pam Beasley is created, you can see the different information with respect to Pam Beasley, and you can see the marketing information. So inside of these you can see the information with respect to the here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add this lead to our campaign. So we have created a campaign, right? So we're going to add it right here to a campaign, and we're going to search for campaigns. So Intellipaat's test campaign is she's the one the assigned to, and we're going to choose this real quickly. And you can see if you have sent her the email or she have responded, you can send put the status right here. We're gonna put as sent, and you're gonna and we have that, just like that we have recorded that information. So now let's quickly jump on to the campaign section and see if that thing is being reflected right now. So if I go here, I can see there is 1 campaign member now. Previously there was 0, and there is the 1 campaign member now. Now let's say that my lead, which is Pam Beasley, right here. And if let's say my concerned person contacts her and talks to her and she's interested about the product, and now from the lead she becomes like a potential client for us, so it becomes an opportunity. So we're going to convert her real quickly. So these are the different information with respect to what the information are you are getting, and you're going to convert her right here. And now she has become an opportunity. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to opportunities, and in here you can see a lot of different information with respect to different companies which are out there. And we recently got information of this one, which is the paper company. And this is Pam Beasley, who is bringing her business from the paper company. So we're going to convert this lead, and we're going to go inside of this, and this is the details of that opportunity that we have, right? So now we have contacted her. So what is the probability of her conversion, what is the qualification, and you can update the status of this lead. And as you go along, you can have a meeting schedule, you can have proposal price going forward, and let's say all of these went through fairly well, you're going to just update the amount to, let's say, 2,000 rupees that she is going to bring us. And we're going to save that. And now this is the probable amount that we'll get if we convert Pam Beasley, right? And as far as now that we are concerned, we do not know much with respect to our campaign. I'm going to show you real quickly. So we have one opportunity with respect to the paper company that might be coming, but if we go to the details side of things, we have one opportunities, and value of opportunities is this, but we have not won anything so far. So these are the information with respect to your campaign. So you have one lead in the campaign, you have one converted lead, and you have one contact in the campaign, but so far the business has not gone through, right? So you have to get this money. And how much is the value that you're going to get from Pam if you're going to convert Pam? So we're going to convert Pam real quickly and see if we can land what happens with respect to that. So just click on closed right here, and we're going to say that we went through it and we closed it and we won this, and that we have actually got 2,000 rupees business from Pam. So let's save that, and the changes were made and stages, and you can see this that it's telling you congratulations that you converted a lead. So what does that mean for our campaign? So our campaign will basically now feel like that it has actually done something really good. So with respect to that, you can see our campaign members is 1, our opportunities is 1, and it shows closed and 1. So if we go about the details of this thing, you can see opportunities is 1, one opportunity is 1, and you can see the value that she has brought to us. And you can see different reports with respect to these, and you can see whatever the details are. And as we convert more opportunities and more campaigns that we do, we can see the values will be increasing soon. And with respect to that, this is what is going to happen. So what all you can do apart from this? So this is how the process of the campaign will work for you. What else you can do is you can go to this reports right here, and in this you can just search for a new report. You can go for a new report that you want to see, and in this just click on campaigns, and let's see how our campaign is doing with respect to converted leads and information. So we have 2 campaigns that we are running so far. So our company is running 2 campaigns. So you can see one of the campaigns here is with respect to Intellipaat's test campaign, and this is the another campaign which I created prior to this, and you can see the amount of money that they are bringing us to the company. And if you run this information, you can just find out different things with respect to these, and you can find out different reports with respect to how your campaign is doing. So that is about the demo, guys. So that is the process of how you do all of that. So let me quickly jump back to the presentation and end this live real quickly. And we've so far understood how the Salesforce standard object, which is campaign, works. And so what are the learning resources that we are looking at if you are interested in learning Salesforce? So we at Intellipaat, we understand that the only thing that interferes with your learning is your education, as mentioned by the great Albert Einstein. That's why we do not want to bring that, we want to remove that hindrance from you. That's why we provide a lot of free content on our Intellipaat blogs as well as our YouTube channel. So if you're interested, you can go ahead and read everything that we have on Salesforce on our blogs and on our YouTube channels. And if you think that this is something that you want to build your career in, then then what you would want to do is you want to get certified in it. You want to get a certification course so that you can create the certification, and we do provide the same, and we have all of that. So if you are interested about that, then we have the numbers on the screen, and these are the numbers that you can call to and talk to our course advisors for free, and they'll be happy to assist you. And with that, we have come to the end of this session. I thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.